And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Poor Spider Bro. Can't do anything about our attacks right now. Next attack is in 10 minutes. Once that attack starts, I'm going to kick off the next research, and I've got the pods ready made, and we're going to kick off the ESMS. So we're going to give that mod a try. Shout out to Steve Man for a great mod system that he created. I think ESMS is his mod, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so update on the racks and the rack rails. I actually made the rack rails in between episodes and got them run. So over here is the rack railer. So it's 4 macerators made that, so I crafted that. Crafted some rack rails while going down to my iron mine to grab the iron that's down there already, and now I would like to set up a system to move that material up and start smelting it as soon as possible. So you can see here I've got a little system for powering this thing. Right now it's sort of manual with a little trickle in from our CPH. So I would like to first put a battery on there, and then I want a laser pointing straight down. So that laser goes down, and right now it's just sort of manual feed. But that laser should go straight down and reach the bottom of this. Is only 58 deep, so it should hit the bottom. And with that, we've got some ore that we can grab. There's another battery. And this is just about out of power. So when it's done with this mining cycle, I'll probably be able to pick it up because it won't have enough for another cycle. And right there. Okay, so grab that. Grab the hoppers. Now, since this is where the mine is going to go, so the miner is going to go there. Let's put the cutter head in and put the hopper right there. And I'm going to have a logistics hopper right here, and this is going to be set to remove only. I want to put this in now, so that way I know exactly how and where we will move down the cutter heads when the time comes. So that'll tell me do not use this corner right here for another hopper. And then I can make this hopper, I can increase the size of this hopper and do other things with it. But for now, that is working. So we're gonna head back up here. Oh, there we go. Now, this thing is right now powered with enriched coal, but we're going to want to start smelting this material as it's coming up. So, let's see, if we're going to use enriched coal, I might as well use some of it for smelting as well, because eventually I'll probably automate the delivery of power and all that kind of stuff. But early game here, I really need a lot of iron, so I want to make sure we've got plenty of iron coming in. So to do that, I'm going to put two hoppers down, and I should have a smelter in here. I do. And right now I'm going to put the smelter right here with the forced induction on it. Now, powering this thing is going to be tricky. But, let's see. We're going to feed ore in here, so this will be remove only. This will be add only. And then in between, I'm going to put the conveyor belt, so it'll share. So this thing will come up, drop off its ore, and when it's finally empty, it'll start going back down, and we'll have 200 ore waiting, as a line, because when it goes down there, it's only going to grab 100, and it's going to take it a while to to fill up. So let's throw in the cargo lift. And it should. There it goes. It's going to head down and grab that ore. Now, for powering this thing, I'm thinking if I can build, put a battery on there, and I need a beam of power coming down here, and that is a really ugly way of doing that. I think I'm going to get rid of that battery and just put a laser power transmitter on there. And let's put some more enriched coal up in here. Now this will also increase my risk level, or my threat level, I should say. And the threat of, yeah, see, I'm at 210. Actually, that's holding pretty steady. I thought that was going to go way up. And I have a bunch more iron that I can just smelt up here. So I'm going to smelt that locally and get that going. But I need another laser.
Crafting.
So come back down here, and I should be able to just beam it right from there. It's like that. How much? See, it has 240 right now, and it's slowly building up. And we can change that with a different cutter head, and our if I put steel cutter heads on there or plasma cutter heads, which is why this is like this. So from here, I want to beam down, straight down from here, cutter heads, which will be a little difficult considering how this is set up. I might need to refinagle this a little bit because I need to put a battery right there so I can put a matter mover on the side beaming down, because that will, in one jaunt, that will go all the way down to the bottom. And how is this for power? It's got power, but I need a little bit more power, because when this thing heats up, it's going to drain a ton of power right away. And it's nice that the inductions can actually deliver power into the smelter. I mean, he made that change a while ago, but I love that it's there. Okay. So how are we doing on 336? So it's just about. So when this thing is full and it comes up, that's 300 bars. 300 bars of iron in one trip. That's pretty good considering how few bars that I've been dealing with in this whole game. It's going to really increase the amount of iron that I've got. As such, I'm still gathering copper and tin as I pass by, and using it just about as fast as I can make it. So 2 minutes left on that. Grab some more iron. So yeah, my lithium is going down ever so slowly as I build batteries and stuff. But I should be okay for now. Let's see what other recipes that we can unlock here. Not really ready for much else. So the matter mover I'm definitely going to use eventually. Falcor, these two things I'm going to use, but I don't really want to spend the RP yet on them. The suit, all these upgrades, I would, if you're playing without the care package, definitely get those and build those. That's a given. Auto upgrader, that's used for Falcors. Interesting that has a Falcor icon. It shouldn't have that Falcor icon because the Falcors need it to build, but I don't think the auto upgrader should have that. And the teleporter network, this is the mod that I have. That you don't need to place the location markers or anything to use teleporters, which is nice. I love that they got that to work. So you just name the teleporters wherever the destination is, and that automatically upgrades you. Okay, so I'm gonna try, if I have the resources, to upgrade those forced inductions. Now that the attack is going, I'm gonna kick off this research. ESMS, start project. Because this really increases your threat. The amount of threat generated from these is crazy. So early game, I try to time it to where the second this thing kicks, your threat is locked in at that level. Kick off a research, and hopefully this research finishes by the time the threat is, or the attack is done. And then you are golden. Okay, so I've got the next forced inductions built, so I'm going to slap those on here and here, which increases the power draw. So we might have to, well, I think we might, if we look at it here, it drops down to 2 or 3 power per second, so we might be good, because this one's filling back up. Once this fills back up, this one should be good too. So let's look at the power on this one and see. Oh yeah, see the power's fine on here. And now this battery should start charging back up. Just a little bit of a boost there. Clear out some of these miscellaneous unused things for now. Oh yeah, I've got some more iron I can smelt over here. There we go. That'll finish off the iron. Now I got lots of iron. Let's go check the cargo lift. Make sure we've got some movement on this. And I'm gonna probably need to refill. Oh, it's coming back up. Look at that, it's got 600 iron. So it should unload into there. That should unload into there, and it should start smelting. Yep. There we go. And it drains all the power while it heats up. But then it should come back. Because 10 power per second is plenty for that. But yeah, we're going to need some more enriched coal. The cargo lift has plenty of power, but this thing needs to be fed power, as well as the mine down there. Our drill down there is still struggling to keep up. I think I want to upgrade that hopper down there. So what we're gonna do is try. Let's see, what hopper can we use? I could use a 500 slot hopper, which would give us just about enough to fill that cargo lift when it goes back down. So to build that, I'm going to need a huge storage hopper. And to build that, I'm going to need 2 regular hoppers.
Crafting.
So I'm going to build no, not a small, a huge.
Crafting.
Then a 500 slot 1-type hopper.
Crafting.
And that should give me a pretty good boost for my cargo lift. So I'm going to head back down to the iron. See, it's full right now. So I'm going to break that, pick it up, and it's already got iron ore in it, which is nice. So look at that. It's already got 152 iron in it, which is fantastic. And I need to get back up here. Oh, where am I? All right, look at that. We are smelting like crazy. And oh yeah, by the time this thing empties, that hopper down there should be full, and it should be able to come back in time to have this thing basically go constantly. So I've got another hopper that I can use. So we'll be able to really build up our iron supply, because we're going to need a ton of iron in order to build rack rails for like lithium and titanium and all that kind of stuff. So rack rails are pricey, especially if you're not using my recipe rebalance mod. They're even more expensive than anything. So yeah, there's 200 bars storage, and this thing, every trip it comes up, we're gonna have 300 bars. So we got plenty of iron now. Iron is taken care of for the time being. I just got to keep an eye on our power here. It would be nice to not have to fill this up so often with enriched coal. But for now, I'm going to kind of keep with it here. I could put bigger hoppers right there and give it more of a buffer, but I think we're good for now. I really want to work my way up to getting that excavator so I can clear some of this land out and get ready for the main push of my base. Ooh, look at all these organic drops. Pick up all the organics. The bugs be coming. Spiderbot is checking them out. Can't really do anything. I need to know where lithium comes up before I build Spiderbot's base. And his base is really huge, so I also want to clear out some land to get that going. How about our research? It is done. So, let's see what we unlocked here. Okay. ESMS remote extractor display in the form of a suit upgrade. Okay, that's cool. Extractor unit. Upgraded unit with high power, high speed output. Uses 15 power per item. What? Replaces hoppers on ore extractors to monitor status, controls ore flow, and tracks cutter heads. Okay, that's interesting. Extractor unit. With powered high-speed output. Uses 15 power per item. Wow, I had no idea that was... That's a lot of power per ore. That's a lot of power. I'm gonna hit H on that. I know he's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Oh, that's a lot of text. I'm gonna have to read that in between episodes. I've never used this before, so I'm gonna have to read up on this. But this is a hopper that I can place. Unfortunately, it doesn't really tell me how big the hopper is, what it's... Interesting. Wow. Interesting mod. I'm gonna have to get into that when my base is a little bit more advanced. Not sure how useful that's going to be, considering how many resources I'm going to be pulling out of the ground. So I thought it was going to be sort of a nice way of tracking extractors and stuff, but if I'm limited, if it's going to be that power hungry, I don't have nearly the power gen or distribution yet to cover that. So it's going to be more of a late game thing than it is now. Oh, those are full. Oh, that's so nice being able to pick up all that ore. Beautiful. Oh, it looks like our lasers are doing just fine for protection. What's up, dude? Oh. Plus, I'm gathering up some organics that I can use to recombinate later. Recombine, whatever. Oh, getting a little bit more intense tax now. That 200 threat really makes a difference. But still, my CPH has not gone down, which is a stark contrast to the last series where my CPH went down, 20 times before I finally got proper defenses up. So that important CPH mutator definitely makes a difference in how you perceive it, because I don't want my batteries to all drain all at once. That would be very bad. Still no blue eyes, though. I would love to get a blue eye or two. That would be so nice. Then I could upgrade my lasers. Alright, well, that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.